Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and we're going to continue the Snow City 9-hole Cup Pro Division holes number 3, 4, and 5. This is going to cover 2 par 3s and then sandwiched in between that is going to be a par 4. Let's go ahead and take a look at hole number 3. You're going to see my shot is played 10% at mid. I would like you to play it 15% at mid though and see what happens. First thing you're going to do is apply max backspin with your navigator and your Goliath. Then you're going to find the landing spot. Now you're going to see the landing spot for me is the very end of my ball guide line. I'm trying to get in the top left-hand corner of that light green square. And you can see it kind of decently right here, okay? Once I do that, I'm then going to apply side spin to the right with keeping the backspin. You'll see I put 0.7 bars of side spin to the right. And when I do that, the ball guideline does look a little bit crazy. It is significantly to the right-hand side of the hole. But even with that, I still miss this shot to the left. The speed is pretty good as the ball does come in and sit right next to the pin pretty evenly. So for me, I think if we just add another 5% to this shot, it should help us get a little bit closer. There is definitely an opportunity to play this hole with a grizzly from the left-hand side of the fairway. It is a bounce-over shot. I don't like the shot. For me, it's too inconsistent. This is never an easy hole-in-one on Pro Division. It's a lot easier on Rookie. But there's, like you can see right here, the ball sitting right next to the cup. So the speed is okay. We just need to tweak the elevation a little bit. So try to pull it 5% more and see what happens. This will be hole number 4. I'm going to play with the Kingmaker just due to the headwind here. 6 top, 3 bars of side spin to the left. I put my yellow ring over here on the right-hand side of the rough line. My ball guide line to the right-hand side of the tree. So just like that. Pretty easy to set up. Notice those tree branches. Notice my ball guide line is just to the right of those lower tree branches. From here, we pulled 10% at max. A great left is okay. A perfect shot is best. A great right will put you into the rough. Now, the thing about it is use just a little bit of baby left curl. Even if you hit a great right on accident and end up in the rough, you're still going to birdie the hole. So it's not like it's going to ruin your scorecard or anything. But what we're trying to do is get down the middle of the fairway and stay right here. We don't want to push the drive any harder because the higher and more right that we get, it's a much more difficult shot to the pin. Here, we get to play the shot straight up. Now, there is a rough bump opportunity that you could try with a runner if you wanted a more consistent rollout. But for me, I always play it with the thorn. I'm playing it here 10% at mid. We do have headwind. We need to keep that in mind. So on this particular shot, I just applied a little bit too much backspin as my ball is going to stop short of the hole. No side spin. I pulled it 10% at mid. If you're good with sliders, this is definitely best played with a slider. But for simplicity terms on this channel, I'm just telling you to play it 10% at mid. And, we can offset a little bit on something that's direct headwind or direct tailwind. It's always easy to offset instead of having to worry about sliders. But you see here, I just come up short of the pin. I think if I don't apply as much backspin, the ball would have been into the hole because it would have came in a little bit faster and the ball wouldn't have had time to take that little bitty curvature to the left-hand side. That'll take us to hole number 5. Hole number 5, I was working on a Guardian shot with a navigator, going max backspin with 1 bar of side spin to the right and playing it right behind the hole. I wasn't coming up as consistent as I have in the past with other wind angles, so I decided to go back to the rough bump here. Rough bump is actually pretty easy to find. It does provide with a really good opportunity, too, to pick up the hole-in-one. You can see here backspin combined with left side spin does find this little funnel area to the hole. You can wiggle your ball guideline around and it stays pretty consistent. You can see here I have the yellow ring right up on the rough line with the bottom of the red ring almost touching the sand line. So if you find this area, then at least you're in the right spot. I do have the ball guideline aiming, you see here, a little bit pin high. Notice that. Ball guideline is sitting at the top of the cup, not in the cup. And here we're just pulling it 1-to-1, which is 10% at mid with a maxed out sniper and a P3 ball. So 1-to-1 or 10% at mid. Unfortunately here I'm catching a case of the greats. I hit the rough and basically the ball comes in exactly where I aimed. So I was getting close with perfect shots. I was getting close with great shots, all somewhere right in that zone. and I'll do the best that I can to get the rest of the holes out in a good fashion and hopefully pick up some more drops. So that is holes number 3, 4, and 5. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and I'll talk to you all later.